Hello, everybody. Welcome to podcast 9. Yes, 9. I'm getting a nod. I'd like to welcome Gary Bruce, who is the Executive Director of the Employment Help Center, which serves Niagara West, 3 locations, Smithville, Beamsville, and Grimsby. And we're just going to talk a little bit about the local job market, some of the impacts Gary's seen from COVID, and we're coming out of another lockdown, and what that may or may not mean for the local job market. Gary, we've had 3 lockdowns. We're coming out of number 3, hopefully. And, did you see any pattern at all with the first 2, or how do you think things are set up for the community to come out of lockdown 3 where the job market's concerned?
Mike, that's a great question. I mean, we've seen significant impacts to our services and employment services in general in Niagara West. Due to the pandemic and the various lockdowns that we've had. The one thing that's remained consistent is we've certainly, when we compare employer needs to job seekers, there's certainly a significant imbalance between what employers' needs are and what the job seekers' availability looks like due to the restrictions and the lockdowns. So, for example, we've seen a lot of jobs still being posted on our job board. We haven't seen any reductions in the number of postings that are
pure volume. You're talking
pure volume. The pure volume of our job board continues to remain consistent throughout the lockdowns. We've seen significant impacts to different sectors, but the job seeker and
positive and negative.
And negative, yeah. Certainly the production manufacturing sector has not seen much of a reduction in the number of postings and the jobs that are available. But in comparison to maybe hospitality or travel and tourism, we've seen significant reductions. We're not seeing the volume of those postings coming through. But traditionally in Niagara West, we have a labor market that's maintains a high level of production, manufacturing, light industrial, and construction or landscaping type work when compared to the number of jobs in hospitality or travel and tourism.
Gary, there's people out there who are short for money these days. If they need a job that is short-term cash in pocket, is there those kinds of jobs out there? Or what's the split between full-time, part-time, seasonal? What's the nature of the jobs that are out there?
A lot of the work that we're seeing coming through our offices and through our job development team, we see a lot of full-time jobs, some part-time jobs, 20 hours a week. But for the most part, a lot of the jobs that we see today from local employers are full-time in nature. Anywhere from 30 to 40 hours a week. We have an element in Niagara West. A lot of businesses, we do have a seasonal market that we attract a lot of our job postings, and we see a lot of postings on our board from. But I would say the bulk of those postings are really full-time related jobs. Again, when you look at what industries those jobs are coming into, we do have a good diverse mix of industries and sectors. Certainly we're seeing a lot of postings today on the production, manufacturing, the light industrial side. The construction and landscaping sector seems to be doing quite well, and again, that would be due to the time of the year. Certain industries are struggling. I think hospitality is struggling. Hopefully that changes in the next week or 2. We'll see as we slowly come out of lockdown.
They have to open before they can worry about struggling.
That's right, yeah. So, staffing issues, in hospitality, I'm sure there's a lot of restaurants and that are getting their patios ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe staffing is a bit of a challenge for them as they now have to turn gears and start bringing people back. So I think we'll see a little spike in the next week or 2 as we get along in this process of recovery.
On that, did you see any changes to what was happening or how things were sort of evolving in the market coming out of the previous 2 lockdowns? Like summer is one of the busier times here, due to outdoor jobs and things. Like you mentioned, the seasonal. But do you anticipate anything different coming into opening out of lockdown into like June, July?
Yeah, that's a great question, Mike. And really, I think in our industry, we've been waiting a long time for the boom, right? We anticipate that there's going to be a boom as soon as we get maybe a little further along in the recovery from the COVID pandemic. But I fully anticipate that we will see a boom in employment here in Niagara, specifically in Niagara West. There'll be lots of jobs available. The question is, when will that happen? And that's really what we don't have answers to today. But the further we get along, I believe in recovery and reopening, I think we intend to see a boom. And that boom, I believe, will come from the job seeker side. Right now we have, in our experience, we haven't seen a great decrease throughout the pandemic and the lockdowns. We haven't seen a decrease in the number of postings coming through our offices. Where we have seen a significant decreases in the number of job seekers accessing services and moving into employment. So really, there's more jobs that we see than there are people actively looking. And there's probably lots of reasons why they're not comfortable looking, or they're not ready to look. But there's work out there, and I think the message really today is for us as we're approaching clients is really, let's get ready. Let's get your resume ready. Let's get your that pre-employment piece ready, so that when we are ready to enter into employment and apply to those jobs that are available, that we're going to be at the front of the line and not the middle or the back of the line. So that's really the message that we have for job seekers is even if you're not ready today to go back to work or get back to work, and let's get things in order so that we can be at the front of the line as soon as you're ready.
And for people who are looking for work, there are jobs there.
Yeah, there's a lot of jobs that are available. Again, it depends on what type of work you're looking for and what your employment goals are. But there's no shortage of work. But again, I would look at what sector. Like 3 weeks ago, I don't know that there's not a lot of work coming through our offices that we see in hospitality, but I would say that in the next week to 2 weeks, we're going to start seeing an increase in those postings as we hopefully start to recover and expand our open.
I think some of those sector businesses will be built for some level of stability before they,
Absolutely.
get the door open.
Yeah, there'll be a
see
little
what the ground floor is and build from there, right?
Yeah. I don't think many employers that are in hospitality are.
Well, virtually every person I know that owns a business is putting in as many hours as they possibly can to keep costs down, keep the lights on, and survive. And they're planning their reopenings, having talked to a dozen or so restaurateurs in the last week. That's exactly what they're doing. But they are looking to hire back staff and get ready. They're getting ready.
Yeah, I think there's rightly so. I think they should be cautious in their approach to hiring. I think they'd want to see a little bit of progression in terms of the reopening and the strategy and the restrictions.
Does that have anything to do with the people looking for jobs? Do you think? Like, is there any reason for them to be tentative about taking a job? Because it, say we lock down again in August. Like, is there any reason for them to be cautious or tentative?
Well, I think there's a lot of uncertainty still for people, right? I think you're talking to people.
Nobody has the answers.
Nobody has answers. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen in September to schools. If we continue on with homeschool and that puts impact on people looking for work. Having the ability to go to work. So there's lots of factors that we still don't have answers to.
For
but
sure.
As we progress and as we come out of the lockdowns, and I think that the labor market will continue to be strong and we'll continue to have lots of jobs available. And hopefully the job seeker, the supply and demand will catch up to employers, because I see a lot of employers are struggling. They're struggling to maintain staffing levels. They're struggling to hire enough people. They've got the work, but they can't take too much more on because.
Well, and the uncertainty is common to all, no matter what business. And even with restaurants, I know I was getting emails last night because the Niagara Medical Officer of Health has decided to leave the Section 22 order in place.
I heard that,
which,
yes. Yeah.
Which nobody saw coming with the direction of all the numbers. And, so those poor restaurant people that thought, maybe they're getting to the light at the end of the tunnel, just saw that light get that little bit further because, now there's additional limitations to people who can be on a patio and all the protocols they have to have in place for checking their residency and all those things, but which is a whole other kettle of fish, but it just throws another log on the fire of uncertainty, that's for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
So if someone has never dealt with the Employment Help Center and wants more information, wants to come in and see what's on the table, what is that process? How does it look? What does somebody do?
Well, right now,
right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Employment Help Center. We've been here in Niagara West since 2010. We have the 3 offices. So we have an office in Beamsville on Ontario Street. We have an office right across from your office here, and we have one up in Smithville. And ideally, we hope one day people can walk in and access service as they always have. Right now, simple. You can go on our website or you can give our offices a call. We are working remote.
Is there an application process?
Well, we do an intake and we'll do a needs assessment and try to determine what it is that we can, what the individual's goals are. And then we have employment counseling and pre-employment counseling. We offer a great 5-day workshop now. It's called The Power of Possible. And really, that in its design is to help job seekers start today and be ready for employment. And we cover all areas from interview skills to proper job search.
Resumes, the whole nine.
Resumes, everything. It's an intense and in-depth program, which really is.
Now, is that an option or something you suggest, or because I'm sure there's people of varying levels of experience?
Absolutely. We have a lot of what I would call self-directed clients that may not require that full 5-day program. And for those individuals, we definitely have a resource area. We have employment counselors that could give them exactly what they need quickly and satisfy that need. And then other clients.
So do those people? Sorry to cut you off there, but just if someone is looking for something specific and it comes in to the counselors, then say, hey, Bill or Annette came in and they'd be perfect for that. Like, do they do that kind of thing in terms of getting in touch, or?
So we have different levels of service.
Okay.
We have a resource area where our resource area advisors would provide that type of information and resource readily available for anybody that just wants the quick information. We also have a line of service for employment coaching and counseling. And then we really have our job development team, and that job development team is now we're at the point where we're ready to put people back out to work. Well, we've satisfied all of their pre-employment. We've addressed those concerns, or if it was a simple resume, we've got that. Now we have a team of people that are going to be out there talking to employers and businesses and helping making that match and advocating for those clients. It's really a full one-stop shop for job seekers to come in and get the help they need from pre-employment right through into employment, and then of course most importantly, retention. The services that we provide not only help you get a job, but help you keep a job, and that's really our focus and our mandate, and what we're really funded to do and to deliver to the communities of Niagara West.
So, given your office is closed, you mentioned about calling or going online. Are all the jobs listed online?
Yeah. So
how?
So we're not closed, Mike. We're not closed. We're open.
People can come in?
We're open, but we're providing in-person services have been suspended, but we provide all of our service virtually or online.
Yeah, I meant the physical office.
Yeah. We're definitely open. We're remaining virtual. As of next week, we're going to start slowly introducing in-person services. And
appointment only, I'm sure.
Yeah, by appointment only, so job seekers can access our office by simply giving us a quick call, booking a time in, or going online at employmenthelp.org.
Very good. Is there any key points or information or anything you might want to mention to someone who could make use of the service that we haven't covered?
Yeah, you know what? Not really, Mike. I mean, the biggest challenge, the biggest hurdle for a lot of job seekers is just opening that door or giving our office a call. When you get to our office, you're going to be welcomed. You're going to know that we're here to help you. All of our services are free to use.
Yeah.
From our resource area to connecting with an employment counselor or a job developer to help find work. We're really here to support and help the folks of Niagara West.
Yeah, and it's a very professional group. I've been in the office many times, dealt with them many times, and a good bunch in all the offices. And we've had a couple of people come through on like being on the employer end of the service too, and it's worked out very well. So anyway, thanks for coming in today, Gary. Appreciate your time.
Mike, yeah.
And I'm sure maybe in the fall we'll take another look at how you're prognosticating on how we'll come out of the lockdown, how it comes through, and we'll see if you're right.
Wow, look forward to it, and I hope for the same.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, everybody.